Loveline, coast to coast.
Hey, it's Loveline. I'm Dr. Drew. The phone number here is 1-800-LOVE-191. It is Loveline, and tonight I'm pleased to introduce Riki Rachtman, my friend, my former co-host of this show. You know him from Headbangers Ball from times gone by.
I'm a whatever happened to. I'm a step away.
No, and you know him now from Thunderbox, where he hosts the UPN show Thunderbox. And thankfully, he, I believe, had Adam Carolla murdered tonight, right? So you could come and host the show.
We did a little slicing of the gas line. Yeah, Adam, what I understand is that it's Adam's birthday tonight.
Yes.
Oh, I shouldn't say that?
Go ahead, yeah.
Well, you got to give me like the memo. It's like,
don't worry,
okay, don't say.
No, go ahead. Go.
And for people that don't know, like a lot of people remember me from some of the things I'm doing now or what I did do, but I hosted this show for years.
We lived through some stuff together.
Yes, we did.
We
hosted
surgery.
Oh, God, that was crazy.
An earthquake, remember that?
Yes, we did the show the night of the big
Los Angeles earthquake. We had to climb the building.
The elevator, and that was fun. And then it was Adam and Riki and Dr. Drew for a while.
Yep.
And then they said, hey, you could clean the bathrooms here. And then it was Adam and Dr. Drew for a while. And then obviously things didn't go good for them because they did TV shows and tours. And I think there's a Loveline breakfast cereal now. And we know my story. But then I show up and I'm going to be the guest on the show tonight. And I'm sitting there and the producer is on the phone, and Adam called in late, and I was just so bummed out because I like Adam.
Yeah.
But I was really bummed out that he's showing up late tonight. It just means more time for me to talk.
So what's happening now? What are you doing?
Right now, I am hosting and actually directing for the first time. There's a show called Thunderbox, which is heavyweight boxing. It's not wrestling, because I also, in my resume, I worked for World Championship Wrestling for about 3 years,
right?
Which is now owned by the WWF. I kill businesses. But when I went from WCW into Thunderbox, which is a show in Los Angeles, it's on KCAL Channel 9, and it's syndicated nationally. It's on everywhere, and it's heavyweight boxing, but we have girls, like hot chicks, that act as like the managers. And I got to be honest, the girls on Thunderbox are better looking than the girls in WWF or anything else. And they act as the managers, and then we have boxing and
it's sort of the absolute, the male pinnacle of male.
Well, you know what? The thing that's awesome about it is, I've done music stuff and rock and roll stuff and sex stuff here on Loveline my whole life, but I never had the opportunity to do sports.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge boxing fan, and to be ringside for heavyweight boxing, I mean, we watch heavyweight boxing on TV, but when you see somebody get hit and their eyes like roll back and they're right in front of you, it's hardcore. I mean, I know, when I did this show, we got to meet De La Hoya, and we got to see De La Hoya fight several times, but when you watch heavyweight boxers, I mean, did a Witherspoon fight, and it was pretty heavy.
Do you think that, how men are sort of being... Maleness has almost become a disease state these days. It's like uncool to be male. You're supposed to be in touch with your feminine side.
I wasn't aware of that.
But
that it's uncool to be a guy?
But that's sort of what's happening.
So it's cool to be a girl?
Well, it's cool to sort of be in touch with your feminine side and to sort of suppress them. I mean,
I really wasn't aware of that.
I think that things like the Man Show and this kind of thing, the Thunderbox, is sort of a reaction to that. Men still have got to express themselves in those aggressive ways.
I don't know if it's... I didn't even get a half an hour. Look at you, Adam. Wait. Okay, I got to just say one thing. First of all, very nice to see you, Adam.
You're playing a rabbi?
Wait. Let me just tell you, okay? The last time I was on this show, which was probably a couple years ago, I think I was still with WCW. Yeah. Dr. Drew looked like a doctor, looked very, very nice, and Adam looks like, as you know, Adam Carolla. Let me just explain to everybody what it looks like right now.
Tonight,
Dr. Drew is wearing like a blue T-shirt and some sweatpants and looking not much like Dr. Drew, and Adam Carolla walks in a suit and tie, looking very dapper.
Rachtman, it's all part of the new Adam. It's a renaissance.
What happened? Something happened. There's a little Adam, a little Drew in each...
I was playing a detective in a movie that was filming down the street. You were just finished up. I didn't even change my wardrobe.
Detective/rabbi? Is that...
Listen, jackass. Is this turning into a roast? I thought this was a celebration of an old friend.
This is what happens. I leave. He's playing detectives in movies, and I'm getting questioned by detectives. This is where my life has gone in the past year.
Well, you should have kissed Drew's ass. See, that's what I do.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
That's what I did wrong.
All right, did we talk about Thunderbox?
Yes.
We did. Well, Adam actually watches Thunderbox.
You watch it?
Oh, yes. Yes, I do watch
Do you watch
that
for the
show.
boxing or the chick?
Adam is, now, correct me if I'm wrong, and sorry to interrupt, but Adam is a boxer. Like, Adam knows boxing and was a boxer, correct?
Yeah, and I watch it, and I enjoy it, and it's all heavyweights, right?
All heavyweights.
And there's good action going on in that ring. Ricky's great on the show.
Thank you.
Janine, his ex, am I right to say ex?
Today, yes.
Is also on that show.
Oh, wow.
And I was wondering, as I was watching, because I hadn't seen her in previous episodes, did you get her on that show?
Well, what happened was, when I got the job as the host of the show, we started getting all these girls acting as managers, and you got to admit, Adam, the girls that are the managers on Thunderbox are really great-looking women.
Absolutely,
and they're cool. And I suggested to the producer, I'm like, you know what? I go, it was public knowledge that I had an off-on-again relationship with Janine, and I said she should be on this show.
Would you want to define who Janine is so everybody...
She was my girlfriend for like 4 years, and she used to do adult films, and she's the girl that's on the Blink-182 album cover.
Right, super hot blonde.
Yeah, she's a nice girl.
Yeah.
We just...
But now you're working with your...
So, this is the deal. So, doing one of our nice Ricky Janine things, I suggested her do the show, which worked out really, really good, and she does a great job, until I also got booked as director on the show.
Oh, my God.
And when we were not friends, I was in there directing, which is the first time directing. I love directing. And I was directing a scene with Janine, and I was like, why don't you try doing it? And she just turned her back on me. And they just said, Ricky, you got to go home. So,
you got to go home? Not Janine, you got to go home?
No, I think people would rather look at her than me.
Oh,
so I had to go sit in the other room, and I couldn't because she couldn't.
What you walked
Plus,
in
she's
on,
dating heavyweight Ed Mahone.
I see.
Probably.
Okay, there you go. Well, what you walked in on, I was saying that, do you think that the sort of the fact that maleness is being sort of repressed these days, and that the Man Show and Thunderbox and things like that are sort of reaction to men being kind of pathologized,
I don't know. I think people have always liked TNA, and people have always liked seeing people get the crap beat out of them. And if you put it in the same show, people are going to watch.
Well, what Drew was saying, and I know Adam now Adam's going to probably agree with me, and Drew's going, well, it just seems like it's more cool these days to get in touch with your feminine side.
Cool.
I wasn't aware of that.
It's not about cool.
No.
You know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. Let's take some calls.
You know what I'm talking about.
No, I really don't. But, hey, listen, I've been up since 6:30 this morning. I'm having trouble acclimating.
Alex, 14.
Well, I'm sitting in the wrong chair, Drew. It always screws me up.
Should I move?
10 more minutes.
No, you're in the right chair.
I'm wearing the wrong clothes, and so are you.
Right.
Alex?
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on? You're on Loveline.
Right.
Alex?
Yeah.
You care to ask? Forget it. I actually know better to start with the
show's
jack
kicking off right now.
Yeah,
Listen, be glad you got out when you did.
Yeah. Whitney, 22. Whitney?
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
We were wondering about the long-term effects of opium.
Well,
never had that one, have we?
Yeah, not phrased in that way. I'll let Ricky talk about it in a second. But Ricky, can we talk about your...
No, opium would be a drug I haven't done yet, Drew.
but you're a recovering person.
Yeah.
Okay, and opiates, and which opium is obviously one, actually does not harm anything if you smoke it anyway. It's the routes of administration that tend to be destructive for the opiates. The problem with the opiates is they cause the most fierce, destructive, severe forms of addiction known. So if you are using opium, you have, by definition, profound addiction, and it was going to require a long, long course of treatment before it's going to come under control.
What are you using, Whitney?
What kind?
Yeah.
No.
It's black tar opium. I don't know. We smoke it with weed.
I heard black tar heroin, but I didn't know there's black tar opium.
You mean heroin, right?
No, they called it opium.
Okay. Well, heroin and opium are very close relatives, but...
And so you're smoking it?
Yes.
Yeah, so that is profound addiction, and that's going to need an extensive course of treatment.
Well, how long you been doing it?
We did it for maybe a month straight, and then we quit for a month, and we did it again, but just once.
You will be preoccupied with it. It will come back. It will get worse each time, and unless you do something about this is not going to stop.
Who's we?
Me and my friend.
Oh, all right. Well, you want to stop?
What? Yeah.
All right. Well, how about it?
Go to N.A.
Okay.
That's the chance. Ricky,
you sound like you're high right now. Little speed, maybe?
No, I'm just very nervous.
Oh, that's okay.
So,
what?
N.A.?
You know what? This is your options. Keep on doing it and die, or get clean. That's it.
Okay.
It's true.
Okay.
Yeah, I shouldn't quite see it yet.
All right, Whitney, good times. Ricky, you don't know
your
but-
oyster. I mean, because that's all the world is.
I end each call with good times.
Good times, okay.
Yeah, because we get a lot of people that are dying, that are strung out, that are amputees.
Well,
and-
things have changed, haven't they?
Yeah, so we end with good times.
Leo, 17.
Yeah, hi.
Hey.
A good friend of mine, basically, she just started having sex, like, I don't know, a month ago for the first time. And we've been friends for a while now. And another friend of mine, he's the first guy that she's had sex with, and this guy is just using her. And she knows it, and he told her that he wants no relationship with her outside of the sex. And, like, we're cool and all, but, like, I don't know, I like her a lot, and, like, we kind of, like, had a thing for a little while, but I'm wondering, like, if I could have some advice on how to get her from that, like, you know, try to show her.
He wants it.
You guys need, like, some little, like, Weebles or dolls and figurines so I can see who is who, because I'm completely lost.
Diagrams, like a chalkboard. You know, just diagram it out.
He's being played like a fiddle.
He wants this girl
right.
he's with before.
She's not interested.
She's into bad guys. He's the nice guy.
And it's never going to work.
Hey, Leo, forget it. Forget it.
No, listen, Napoleon could not strategize his way around this one. It's not going to work. And just listen to us, because we've all been there. We're all 17. We all liked the girl. She liked our friend. She showed just enough interest in us to keep us moving along. But a year went by and we got nothing.
Or you're the one there when things aren't working right with the guy that you like. Oh, he's mad at me now, but I'll go back to you.
Well, like, I thought I was getting, like, clues from her and stuff. Like, she'll be saying stuff, you know, that kind of leads me on in a way.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
right.
yeah.
His dick's not that big.
Yeah.
And watch what happens when all of a sudden you show interest in another girl. Then she's really going to like you.
Here are the clues. You're so nice, Leo.
Yeah.
You've always
I'm so
been there
glad
for
I
me.
have you. You're like a brother to me.
You're such a great friend.
Basically, that's what it is.
Of course, that's
being
what it
a
is.
brother and the friend isn't fun.
Yeah,
that sucks.
Yeah.
Nor is it where you want to be.
Listen,
be the boyfriend of somebody else.
I know this sounds like I'm going to extremes, but I don't even like my own sister thinking of me as a brother. I've told her not to do that. I object so much to being thought of as a brother.
Claudia, 21.
Yeah. Hi.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
You tell us.
Well, you know, I was talking to my boyfriend last night, and I actually called you guys last night, but you guys, I guess, were on vacation on Memorial.
How dare you, Adam?
It's okay. I got some today, too, at work.
Okay, great.
I got some pretty nasty voicemails.
Okay, Claudia. The S word, you're on national radio?
I'm sorry?
You're on national radio?
You're on Loveline with literally dozens of listeners across America. Watch your language.
Oh, dude. Sorry.
You're going to get some more of that tomorrow, don't worry.
Okay, my question is, what is the big deal about areolas?
Who's making a big deal over it?
I'm sorry?
Who's making the big deal over it?
It's not a big deal. I think we were watching Howard Stern. And my boyfriend in the background. Something about that Howard Stern said something about her areolas, and I think it was Baba Booey. He said something. They look like pizzas. They look as big as pizzas.
All right, listen, she's stoned. Hang up on her.
Get the boyfriend on here.
I'm not. I'm really not. Okay.
No, but look, she starts off the show by giving us a long-winded explanation about how she called in last night, but we weren't here.
All right.
Then says the S word. Then spends the next 10 minutes talking about Howard Stern.
Claudia.
Still has no question.
Okay.
What is...
Hairy ones are bad.
There's anything to do with the breast men are interested in, okay?
But I mean, how come they're... What does the different sizes mean? I mean, why do they compare them?
Because different people like different things. Certain ones are like little, certain ones are big, certain ones are inverted. I haven't seen that, and they can like pop out like when a turkey's done. Isn't that true?
Well, that's the nipple, not the areola.
Oh, right.
But I like a big areola. I'm one of the few guys I know. Drew, you don't like a big areola,
Not
do you?
especially, no.
I just don't like hairy ones.
It's funny because you're a passionate man, yet you don't like large areolas.
Funny, haha.
Funny, peculiar.
I see.
Nothing on this show is funny, haha, anymore.
Tony, 24.
There's nothing better than big pepperoni areolas, so I'll agree with you.
Thank you.
Yeah, but we're talking about women.
Yeah, no kidding. And on that note, I really, really mean this. I called up to thank Riki Rachtman, first off, for he got me into the certain type of music. I listen to everything from Zappa to Miles Davis, anything and all that. But the point is this. I just wanted to thank him for going away from mainstream in the late 80s, early 90s on MTV. And more importantly, I had a question for him. I was just wondering when you were on Headbangers Ball and Kurt Cobain was in a ball gown.
Well, this has come up a number of times, yeah.
Was that his idea, or, I mean, obviously it looked, with the glasses that he was on something, and everyone knows he's had drug addiction, but I actually still have that interview with him, and it seems that you handled it, just perfect. I mean, whenever he would go off the topic, you would, curtail him right back, but again, I'm just trying to thank you again, Ricky Mack.
Thank you very much.
I love Carolla with the Man Show and all that, and I hope you stay for the whole show tonight. I'm definitely going to listen. I'll hang up and listen, and trust me when I say this to everyone at Loveline and everyone listening. From what I've heard, my buddy met Ricky, I guess, at Harpo's in Detroit for a Iron Maiden. I don't even know what it was, but he says that, you were one of the nicest guys that he's ever met. So
best blowjob he's ever had.
No, it's true, Tony.
A lot, guys.
Well, tell your friend
Thanks,
thank you.
Tony.
And the reason that his friend said that I was so nice is because I've never been to Harpo's with somebody else. But about that, and another thing that, because I did Headbangers Ball and that left such an impact on people, and people like, when you were on in the 80s, I didn't even start the show to 1990. I was on from 90 to 95. But
the hair was from 85.
Yeah. This is true, my friend.
But before you finish the Cobain story, which I'm interested in hearing, this happens all the time. People don't realize that the first 3 years of the 90s were the end of the 80s.
Yes.
And they look at the 90s as computers and short haircuts and nice wire rim frames on their glasses and clean lines on their sports cars and Macintosh portables. They don't realize, 90, 91, 92, 93.
That was the 80s.
That was the end of the 80s.
Right. Yeah. And with that note, I have to give a plug, since we're talking about that music, is that I'm reopening the Cat House on Tuesday, June 5th, which I want to talk about in a little bit and plug that, if I may.
Sure.
But to talk about what he was talking about, I was always a really big Nirvana fan when the record Bleach came out. When I was hosting the ball, I was excited to meet Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain came in wasted out of his mind. And this is during the short time that we were filming the show in L.A. He walked into the dressing room, lay down on the couch, totally passed out. What I would guess, he was probably on smack. I don't know if that was true or not. That's just what it seemed like to me. Totally wasted. I was bummed out because I am a rock fan before I'm a TV guy or whatever. He came in and he put on a big yellow ball dress, a big, huge, like prom dress with this big collar and these big glasses, and a lot of people have seen this. I think it's on their home video and stuff like that. And I didn't really get it at first, what the whole thing was, And he's like, it's the Headbangers Ball, and I'm wearing a gown to the ball. And, I guess it was sort of funny in a way, but it really wasn't.
For a guy who was on heroin.
He was just sitting there, and it was just a bummer because Nirvana, I remember I was on the air when I had to say to everybody that Kurt Cobain was dead. And especially with their last record, I thought that band, and a lot of people got pissed when I said that, could have been the Beatles. I mean, I thought they were incredible. I really like Nirvana, but, you just see a guy that was going through so much pain that to me, it just looked like somebody that was dealing with such horrible depression that this was his only way out, was drugs and eventually, blowing his brains out.
How long after that appearance did he kill himself?
I don't remember. It would probably have been about 2 or 3 years.
You were on the air on Headbangers?
I was on MTV from 1990 to 1995. So it was probably around, was it 93 or 94 he did it?
I'd say 94.
Yeah, I don't remember.
You were on television when you had to announce it.
Yeah, I was on TV, and they came into the office and they said, we have a report that Kurt Cobain's dead.
April 94.
And this was, we got to remember, this was probably about a couple months after there was rumors. I mean, there was I think he had OD'd once, and there was like a couple attempted suicides. So hearing that Kurt Cobain was dead was something that, yes, it shocked us, yes, it hurt. But there's a lot of people that, hearing that they're dead, it's only a matter of time. When these things happen so many times.
You're upset, but not necessarily surprised.
Right. It's a bummer. It was a great loss to rock and roll, but whatever.
Well, on a happy note, that's the day I got into radio. I swear to Christ.
That day?
Yeah.
Oh, where does that?
Well, but was I hosting Loveline?
Yeah, you were hosting Loveline.
In 94?
Yeah. I was...
Because I did MTV.
What?
I didn't get into this radio in 94.
I did Loveline. We did Loveline for the three of us for a while.
That was in 96?
No. Because I remember I had to do MTV from New York.
Yeah.
And then I was up to like 3 in the morning and then do Headbangers Ball at 7. And I remember walking to the studio and walking like half a mile away from when Tupac got shot, the time he got shot in New York. And I ran into the studio and I'm like, they shot Tupac. Not in Vegas, but New York. Remember, I was in the studio in New York and you guys were here.
Yeah.
Jeez, you're the kiss of death, Rachtman. Holy Christ.
Stay away from me.
Who's going first, me or Drew? All right, should we take a break?
Yeah, it's time.
All right, Drew, you do it.
We'll be back with more Loveline. For now, we're going to take a break and celebrate Adam's birthday. We'll be back with Riki Rachtman after this.
Loveline. We'll be right back.
Yes, it is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. This is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Rob Schneider in here on Thursday tonight. Riki Rachtman, former host of the show, and now you can find him on Thunderbox, UPN. Check your local listing.
KCal in California, though.
Oh, KCal and Cal. All right.
I don't know where it is.
All right. Well, the point is check your listings. But it's good. I do enjoy it. It's all heavyweights. They beat the crap out of each other. And it's not pro wrestling. I mean, they're going at it.
I love pro wrestling.
Also, the return of the Cat House, which is coming up June 5th. And we'll be plugging that.
I just want to give the website for that, okay? For people that don't know, before I did MTV or Loveline or anything else, I opened up a little rock and roll club called the Cat House that was in Hollywood. And every band you can think of used to play there unannounced, from Guns N' Roses, White Zombie, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains. Black Crowes paid me $500 to play the Cat House. Everybody played there. And we're reopening it because the rock stuff is coming back. And if anybody wants to know any info about it, just go to clubcathouse.com.
One word.
There you go. Yeah, clubcathouse.com.
And where's the new one going to be?
It's in Hollywood on Melrose. It's got a capacity of 400, and we're just going to put bands in unannounced. And I mean, the stuff that used to happen at that club, the people that would show up, there's stories of Axl Rose chasing David Bowie down the street, just decadent stuff used to happen, and that's kind of how I got my start in everything, and
including drugs and porn.
Pardon me?
Including drugs and
porn. Did a lot of drugs at the Cat House, a lot of decadent. But it'd be weird. For instance, I know that in L.A. everybody's talking about Depeche Mode, and I remember they did an in-store, and it turned into a riot. Right. So they all went into the Cat House because nobody cares who you are at the Cat House, and they all just had fun there, and nobody asked them for their autographs because everybody used to go to this club. And it was, we ended up doing it in 5 states. We took it on tours, and we closed it for a while, and we're reopening it in a very, very small location, and I'm doing it purely at the standpoint of just wanting to have fun.
Nice.
And that's Tuesday, June 5th.
June 5th it opens. Go to clubcathouse.com. Blah.
Sarah?
I'm such a whore.
Sarah.
Hello?
That's all right. You're 20. What's up?
Hi. I have this ooze that comes from my belly button sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have it pierced?
No, nothing like that.
Actually, you can get little sort of abscesses that develop in the belly button.
It seems to be related to my period, actually.
Maybe it's related.
Maybe it's not your belly button.
Maybe it's something left over from your boyfriend.
No,
it's more like something left over from your development. That you remember, that's how we used to get fed, right?
Yeah.
And there is inside there a potential canal that stuff can get caught in.
That's nasty.
And they can cause little abscesses that can drain. So you got to get somebody to take a look at that. They can be infections and things. It's pretty easy to treat.
Okay, it doesn't burn or anything.
Yeah, just get somebody to treat it so it doesn't really turn into a big abscess.
Bathing might help.
Oh, yeah, I try that sometimes.
Yeah, you should.
You drop a bottle brush in there once in a while, too, and really swab it out.
Girls got nasty. They got a lot of crevices that just some stuff can hide in. And guys just have that outward thing. You just have to wash it off once in a while.
Yeah. I mean, I think of them as, why roaches hide in the kitchen? There's just so many places, the refrigerator, the microwave, they get behind and in everything. We're more like just sort of the basement. It's just
the roof.
Yeah, the roof. Just a big
chimney,
slab
so
of
to speak.
asphalt.
Yeah.
Just hose it down every once in a while. All right. Let's talk to Eric.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, you're 24. What's up?
24. Hey, I have a question real quick for you, a little bit of brief history. I recently had a daughter in December, and my wife right now, girlfriend at the time, came down with TSS after my daughter was born.
Toxic shock.
Yeah, toxic shock syndrome. And right now I want to actually know about getting a vasectomy to refrain from this happening ever again.
Well, how do you... Whoa, no, wait, I'm confused. How is it... What does your sperm production have to do with her toxic shock?
Well, the doctors say that if anything happens as far as pregnancy and a later date, she could possibly die, is what it all amounts to. And I want to kind of not let that happen.
When did she get the toxic shock?
This was right after my daughter was born, and what happened was she reacted with about 5 meds that they gave her, and they ruled it afterwards as toxic shock syndrome.
Who decided that?
The delivery doctor.
Okay, why don't you ever see an infectious disease doctor? Because there's something screwy about this whole story.
Okay.
I mean, toxic shock is really just a toxin elaborated by a bacteria that usually overgrows in an occluded body space.
Just what Adam was talking about just there.
Ricky wrote that down on a cocktail napkin and slid it over to me 2 minutes ago.
Crevices again. But if you get your nose packed after nasal surgery, you could get toxic shock.
Okay.
If you wear a tampon for too long.
Wait a minute. Who? You mean packing you don't mean sex with it.
I don't mean.
I'm sorry. You said get your nose packed. This guy was talking about
you guys
sex.
man, a lot of kinky stuff has happened since I left this show.
Show's taking a turn.
Right.
But the fact, it sounds like she developed some endotoxemia or exotoxemia from probably an infection of her uterus, I bet. So this whole thing isn't fitting together, right? So have her see an infectious disease doctor. Why don't you hold the line? I know you're from Pasadena, so Tara, what's her name?
Yeah, that's good enough. Tara, is it Tara?
Tara?
There you go.
I'm saying
It
Tara.
is now.
Hold Eric on the line. I got to talk to him off the air. Okay.
All right. We've been through 1,700 phone screeners since you left, Rick. None of them good.
Until now.
Oh, until now.
You are an asshole.
Todd?
The Insane Clown Posse.
Todd.
Are they nuts?
Todd?
They were wrestlers, actually.
Yeah.
Drew?
Todd?
Yes, sir.
You're 36. What's up?
I want to know what's up with the Pool School skateboard. This is Todd at Simi Valley.
Oh, I own a... actually, if this is the same Todd, I know he has a... Just so anybody knows, if you're like... I'm in my 30s now and have been for a while. And when I was a kid...
For about 11 years.
No. When I was a kid, I used to skateboard nonstop.
Yep.
And I stopped skating for a real long time. And I went to this place, Skate Lab, which is in Simi Valley, and started skating. I live in Huntington Beach, so I went to the Block in Orange. And in my 30s, I started skateboarding again, skating pools. And that's what we used to all do. And you probably, when you were a kid, were you into skating?
No, I was, but I sucked. But yes, it was all the rage.
Adam was that nerdy kid that couldn't skateboard, so he rode a unicycle.
You pansy.
So
I'm serious.
I started skateboarding again, and I started a skateboard company, which I feel like a whore when I plug things, but it's poolschool.net. But I own a skateboard and apparel company called Pool School, and it's much more fun than profitable, but it keeps me skating, which, like with the coolest thing that happened with skateboarding right now is you got all these kids doing their street stuff, and I told Drew, dude, you got to get your kids off of scooters and on skateboards, because if they ride scooters, bad things will happen. That leads to drugs.
Right.
And
So I said,
the cool thing is you go to skate parks now, and you'll see the 30-year-old guys and stuff in the pools, and their kids in the street. Like, skateboarding is something that fathers and sons do, which to me is just incredible. It's great.
My kids, by the way, were blown away. They're sort of becoming interested in people that I've met. One of the ones that really caught their attention was Tony Hawk.
When I filled in on Loveline a couple years ago, and we had Limp Bizkit one night and Tony Hawk the other night, and Tony Hawk got more phone calls than Limp Bizkit. And the Nickelodeon Kids Awards, it was Tiger Woods, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk won.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Listen.
Biggest selling video game in history.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh, I saw him at the Teen Choice Awards, I think. Did you see him there?
Last year.
And the year before, I think.
Yeah.
It couldn't happen to a nicer guy, but this is a huge sport to...
sport, not a fad sport.
I mean, sport to those who... to the younger folks, mainly.
No.
But mainly. I said mainly.
Well.
All right. And then they idolize the guy.
Well, they're just getting at it through the video games.
You got to get them on skateboards. I broke my middle finger. Look how messed up my middle finger is. I was in a cast. I broke my middle finger, and they put a cast up to my elbow. Why is that, Drew?
You must have broken your hand.
Oh, maybe that was it.
All right, let's talk.
That was riveting, wasn't it?
Let's talk to...
good time, right?
Good times.
Good times.
Which does that? Gossam?
Gassan?
Gasson, what's up? You're 21.
How you doing? Yeah, 21. I just started having sex about when I was 20, about a year ago, and but just recently I noticed. I never noticed whatsoever, but I've noticed that I have a small penis. Can I say in the air?
Yeah, you can say it. How small are we talking about?
I don't know if you want to say it too much.
No, I'm kind of worried, because I'm 21 and I'm almost out of puberty, I guess you take it. I think I'm pretty much done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, how small are we talking about here?
I can help, but I was wondering. I don't know much about it. I just started having sex.
Okay.
How small is it?
when it's like erected, actually just measured a couple of weeks ago. So it's just 5'5".
That's all right?
5'5"?
5'5". Wow, he's really measuring it.
5.0.
Learn to use your mouth really well.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
We get way more complaints about too big on this show than too little.
Yeah,
way more.
Not personally.
Really, I've never heard that. Yeah. I've never had the complaint about.
I don't know, because when I was little, I had a little bicycle accident, and I sprained it or something went wrong, and I don't know if it had to do something with the fact that I come like I come like really quickly.
Yeah.
No,
that's because you're young.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with that.
Spoke came out last time he whacked out.
I don't know. Am I supposed to now you get used to it or something like that? You know what I'm saying? Am I supposed to get used to it and like, and be able to have sex for like, 20, 30 minutes out? How you always hear stories and everything like that.
All right, listen.
What are your options? Are you going to get used to it or what?
Relax, Hassan.
You are as squirrely a 21-year-old as I've spoken to on this show in many years. You got to relax. You got a girlfriend?
Oh, yes, I do.
Okay, just slide in and relax and enjoy breaking her in. See, this guy...
breaking her in?
Well, we always talk about this, but males and females, you have that one person that breaks you in. Not the people you've had sex with, but that one person, you shower with.
You work it out with.
The person you try all the different positions with and all that. And usually... the guys usually find that at 17, 18 years old. He is now finding that at 21. And that's why he sounds like he's 17 years old.
Right.
But relax. He's way... I'll tell you, women are much more turned off by a guy who's uptight about his small penis than a guy who actually has a small penis.
But then you start thinking about it and thinking about being uptight, and then it just doesn't work.
Ooh, sounds a little personal.
Do you remember? Well, okay, no.
It's getting
First of all,
cathartic.
this is funny, and Drew will remember this. I was once married, right, to this girl that I thought was physically attractive, but not sexy in the slightest. Remember? And I said, Drew, I can't get it. I couldn't get it up for her.
He's
and
I never. He didn't say anything to me.
I never had sex when I was married, but she didn't. That's because she didn't want to have sex with me. But I don't know why I told you guys that story. I really wish I didn't.
Well, because she wasn't.
Yes.
You weren't motivated.
No, because the first time, for some reason, I couldn't get it up, and then you start thinking, you know what? Why can't I get it up?
It's going to happen again.
Because now I'm a machine.
Right. Oh yes.
Oh, I'm a machine.
No, there's no doubt about it. You're all man. All man.
Even though I still have those Adam gay test things that I'll never. Not that I forget all the things that Adam says that makes a man gay. I always thought you were gay if you like dick, but according to Adam, if you like
soda,
yogurt,
got it,
and the yogurt,
got it.
No
squeegee in the shower.
No, because I don't have the squeegee in the shower anymore because they have this spray stuff that you just spray all over the shower and
my God,
it's a shower thing.
That's worse.
Yeah.
And the cats. I'm a big cat guy. I like cats better than I like dogs.
Okay, let's just take some calls.
See, I always thought if you sucked one, then you were gay. I didn't know that it's like cats and things that smell good.
That's next. Eric? Eric, you're 16.
Yeah.
What's up?
I want to know if there's a certain amount of weed I could smoke without, getting dumber and getting little balls and keep.
Sounds like you've already smoked enough.
Yeah, Eric,
about a pound less than you've already smoked.
When you're an addict, it doesn't.
That was 5 lids ago.
Yeah, when you're making deals with yourself, you got a problem. And when you're trying to control it, you got a problem.
I went 30 days straight without smoking weed, but I did it last night. But
but you're addicted though. You're white knuckling, and you can't do that. It's like trying not to eat. Eventually, you're going to eat. You can't do that.
I don't really like smoking weed, but
then don't.
No, just don't do it. Why were you thinking about it? Why was it that month so difficult then?
I don't know.
Okay.
I can't stop doing it.
All right. You may not like it, but you're addicted to it. And usually
worse.
Yeah, usually means that it's doing something good for you, something.
But is there just some if I smoked a little at a time?
Yeah, if you smoke once a month.
That's it.
Yeah, enjoy.
That's the biggest crock. If you smoke at all, it doesn't matter how much you know.
Right. Listen, I can smoke every day, but you can't, Eric.
So I could smoke.
No, because you're addicted. You're into it.
Yeah, it's not.
They have that laugh.
Right.
The pot laugh.
Oh, he's depressed already.
Yeah.
I'm not depressed.
Sure you are.
No.
Yeah, all right.
But believe me, you better hope you're depressed, because if this is you in a good mood, you're going to have to kill yourself. You sound depressed. Are your parents alcoholics?
No.
No? How long have you been smoking pot?
20 minutes.
8th grade.
All right.
3 years. Yeah, that's
time to quit.
That'll have a significant effect on you, Eric.
All right.
And
Happy birthday, Adam.
You're not likely to stop on your own. You really got to get some help with this.
Well, like, where would I go to get help?
MA, Marijuana Anonymous. Yeah, lots of people like you. Lots of them.
There are?
Yeah, a lot of. You know what? Pot is really,
Well, it's enough time has gone by with that being a commonly used drug that we're starting to see the addiction now start to take its toll. So people are asking for help with it.
And the other thing,
so MA has become huge.
Like about weed these days, is that it's, you used to say it's not your parents' marijuana, because the pot these days is so much stronger than the pot they used to smoke,
and people
back
have been smoking it for
back
10,
in the 80s.
10, 20, and 30 years, and eventually the consequences of the addiction comes to bear, and that's when you got to have help.
Who gave me some pot on this show 3 or 4 weeks ago?
What band was that?
No, I know it wasn't. Oh, it wasn't Be Real.
No, it was somebody else.
Oh yeah, the guy from Stained.
Stained, yeah.
Yeah, I smoked some of that when I got home that night.
You were screwed up for a week. I kept coming in. You loaded? What's the matter with you?
No, I was like hallucinating. I was getting weird. There were spiders, in my spine. I mean, I just thought, my God, this stuff's too good now. I'm really gonna have to cut it with like lawn trimmings or something. It is now past the point of it's become too potent. I mean, listen, if you're not smoking it every day and you ain't used to it, you have a B-load, you'll go psychotic. That's what happened to me. All right.
And look, now he came in today with a suit and tie. That's what's going to happen.
That's right. You'll go Squaresville, baby. Riki Rachtman is our guest tonight. We're going to take a little break, and then we'll be back after this.
Hi, this is Janine Garofalo, and if you've ever wondered if there's people that are way worse off than you, listen to Loveline.
Yes, there are. Some of them are here tonight.
Me.
No, I was talking about myself. Riki Rachtman is our guest tonight. Riki, a former host of this show. Now you can find him on Thunderbox, which is, well, check your local listings.
Please.
But it's boxing, it's heavyweights, it's not fixed, and I really enjoy it. Also, the rebirth of the Cat House, Tuesday.
Just go to clubcathouse.com.
That's right. And this time you won't miss it. All right. Let's talk to Megan, who's 16. Megan?
Yeah.
What's up?
I was giving my boyfriend head for the first time, and he didn't get hard.
Yeah, that's going to leave a scar.
Yeah.
On him or her?
What?
On both of them.
How old's your boyfriend?
He's 16, too.
Well, 16-year-old guys don't enjoy the mouth of a beautiful woman on their penis. That's documented.
16?
No, he was nervous.
I got to say, I'm a big fan of you guys.
Oh, great.
You're awesome.
Well, your boyfriend, thanks. Your boyfriend was nervous.
Yeah.
Because it was the first
or
time.
Or gay.
No, nervous.
Well,
or
weird.
Gervis, which is a combination of gay and nervous.
He gets hard when we make out and stuff, but, like, he didn't do it that time.
Right.
Maybe a little less pressure with the teeth. Do you have braces?
No.
Well,
he was just freaked out. His thing is, oh my God. I can't believe this is happening to me.
No, same thing. That was my mantra. It's actually happening. It's actually happening. It's actually happening.
I don't have to pay this time.
Right. Where's the phone? I got to call my buddy.
Really?
Yeah.
You think
has he been with other women?
Well, yeah.
Has he been successful?
No.
No?
No.
What do you mean no?
Like, he's never gotten anywhere with anyone else.
Okay. Well, that's it. He's just got the jitters.
Okay.
You'll work it out.
Or is he doing, I hate to sound like Dr. Drew, but is he doing any drugs?
No.
Because sometimes drugs will make it.
Yeah, absolutely, make it not work. And Megan, it sounds like you're sort of
coffee.
You're feeling responsible for this, and it's not about you.
Or potpourri, or diet soda.
Living at the beach.
It may be actually
skateboarding.
A view.
It may be actually he's really into you,
Yeah.
and that.
He's big on the commitment thing. Like, he was the first one to say I love you and stuff, and like, yeah.
All right. He's just, he's a little overwhelmed.
All right.
It's all right. You'll work it out.
Thanks.
All right. Good times. See how that works? Desiree?
Yeah, this question's for Riki.
Here he is.
Wait, I have a question. Is Good Times replaced Mahalo?
No.
No, Mahalo's at the end. Good Times is the body of the show now.
Okay. Go ahead.
Riki?
Yeah.
I think it's great, your skateboard company and everything, but how do I get it through to my 2 16-year-old twin boys? They are not going to be Tony Hawks at the age of 18.
You know what?
The education is important.
Well, it's just the same as you tell the kid that's playing basketball that he's not going to be Kobe Bryant.
Well,
and
no,
everybody, the kids have got to know that the one problem is that anything that when you see people like a Tony Hawk, making millions of dollars in a sport. Most of the best skateboarders in the world aren't making millions of dollars. And the thing is, I hate to sound like, an adult, but they've got to get the education, and then hopefully it'll happen. And the worst thing is, the thing that is ruining that sport is kids saying, when a kid will see another skater, they'll say, "Are you sponsored?" Which is the lamest thing in the world. It's like, why don't you skate because you like it? Tony Hawk started because he had fun, period. Yeah. They've got to have fun and not worry about making money. And if they're really good and they're having fun, then maybe somebody will come around, but obviously they got to go to school.
I do encourage that. I encourage them to continue doing it, but they're not going to get. They're not going to get scholarships.
No, listen. You'll instill those virtues in them, or you won't. But it won't have anything to do with skateboarding. I mean, look. Every guy I knew who was in high school, including myself, I was a poor student and a good high school ball player. And without playing ball, I would have just been a piss poor student who never did reap any of the benefits or disciplines of playing the sport. So don't try to take the sport away from them, and don't try to crush.
I'm into sports.
But you do have to say, look, if you don't do good, if your grades don't pick up, we're going to take the board away for a little bit and make that an incentive.
I suspect you're giving them mixed messages, because I see this all the time where parents.
I admit I do give mixed messages.
Yeah,
sometimes I agree with it. And
No. Stop it. Stop.
Okay.
You make the message clear.
Okay.
You're not going to be a professional skateboarder. Cut it out.
No.
Hang on a second. No, wait a minute. I'm not saying
you're
stop.
Not going to be a doctor.
No, I'm not saying
Santa sodomize the Easter Bunny.
Hey, I'm not saying stop skateboarding. I'm just saying, hey, you get your homework done and do the things you got to do. When that's complete, you earn the privilege of skateboarding.
That's true.
And
I'll
that's
take away
fine.
your board.
But I deal with these. I deal with these kids all the time who are snowboarders. They're going to be professional snowboarders, and they aren't doing any. They aren't being required to work, go to school. The
Who are
parents
you dealing with?
I deal with this.
There's more professional basketball players, football, anything than skaters. There's very few people. And when you've got Tony Hawk, which is the one exception of the world,
the point is, do not let them forsake their responsibilities in a fantasy. Just cut it out.
I try so hard not to, but I don't want to.
All right,
just do it.
Zip it, you nag!
Oh.
But listen, I would really contend that a person who is not going to be a good student is probably not going to be a good student anyway, but they may have strengths that lie in other fields. And I think as a parent, Ricky, see, I'm glad Ricky's here tonight, because
we'd be fighting out between us otherwise.
No, but I'm going to pay Ricky a compliment. I'm going to pay me a compliment, and then maybe if you're lucky, Drew, I'll get to you in the 11 o'clock hour. Yeah. But Ricky is a classic example of a guy who's probably a horrible student. Never. He
was a great student.
Okay.
Bull.
No.
Yeah, high school was the best 11 years of my life.
Listen, Ricky grew up in the same part of the valley as I did. We probably had about the same upbringing, about the same time. Parents who didn't care, living in some crappy place in Van Nuys.
His parents were teachers.
And would you shut up and stop crapping on my point, Einstein?
I'm like nodding. I'm like, I was in Van Nuys, actually.
He was a poor student, at least when it counted.
Always.
But yet, you have an entrepreneurial spirit. You've made your way. You've had many different endeavors in your life, and you're a successful person, and have been a successful person. Not because you're a good student, but your strengths were in other places. And to force feed you the books on Riki Rachtman probably would not have worked.
Yet it was done. It was done.
You could have encouraged him to study, but still, as soon as he quit, he was going to go open the cat house.
That's fine.
But I'm also, I got to admit, I'm the exception to the rule. So do you tell your kids, look, here's this idiot Ricky, that guy with all the tattoos that got bad grades, so don't worry, you'll be like him.
No.
I mean, I started every single September saying, this year is going to be different. I'm going to get good grades. I got a brand new notebook and brand new pencil sharpener. And even though I still don't know how to divide, it's right. I really try. I really did try, but No,
listen, I think you encourage your kid to be a good student, but you also keep an eye open for what the kid is good at.
They need to make some changes in schools where there are certain types of other type of things that kids are learning, that bring out their talents, whether it's graphic arts or tree climbing, whatever.
Dirt clod throwing. Isn't that what they did for you?
All right, Drew. Drew, you were formed by the man. That's all I have to say.
I'm not wholly disagreeing with you guys, but
we're going to...
parents still got to do their job.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's all. All right, don't squash the kids' dreams. That's all I'm saying.
We're eating pie.
We're going to take ourselves a break. Riki Rachtman's our guest tonight, and we'll be back. Loveline, fast-growing outlaw radio, North America.
I do that.
Riki Rachtman is our guest tonight. He's the former host of Loveline.
I'm former everything, aren't I?
And
I'm just a big former guy.
No, current host of Thunderbox.
I'm a whatever happened.
Pool school.
And soon to be host of the Cat House reopening.
Clubcathouse.com.
That's right. Tuesday, June 5th. And is there going to be a band that night?
Yes, there is. I'm not announcing any of the bands that play because I want people to go to a club to dance to rock and roll. We only play rock and roll there. And we're going to have bands play, and we're never going to announce them because someday it might be some great, huge band unannounced, and someday it might be a band that you never heard of, and sometimes it might be no band.
Well, and it may be a band that you hadn't heard of, and then you can say that
the grand opening. The grand opening, we do have a band that there's some good stuff happening for the grand opening, but I can't talk about it.
Okay, that would be
sounds like such a lame promoter type of thing to do.
Tuesday, June 5th.
Yes,
everybody.
Sir. Thank you, Adam.
Let's hop back to the phones and speak to Angela, who's 27. Angela.
Yeah, hi.
Hey.
I have a question for Dr. Drew, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard you talk about teaching. I have a 4-year-old, almost 5-year-old, and I've heard you talk about several times about, by the time the child is 8, you need to either initiate sex education or start talking about it.
At 8?
8 to 12.
8 to 12, yeah.
Wow.
I listen to you guys' show, and I hear about all these 13-year-olds and sometimes younger that are already having sex, and I'm like, oh, my gosh, I only have a couple years to go.
Yeah.
So, I want to be able to have that open discussion with my child when he gets
there. All right. The important thing is, first of all, calm down. Okay. The important thing.
Yeah, you're going to freak the kid out.
The important
be able to get it up his first time.
I don't want to spend thousands of dollars on therapy because I did it wrong.
No.
Is it a girl or a guy?
It's a boy.
A boy? Don't worry about it.
The important thing is to realize that what's important is not the information you give him so much as the dialogue being established. Okay. That's the goal of that 8 to 12 window. Not that you should give him a plumbing lesson, not that he should walk away with a complete understanding of what human sexuality is, but just that he feels comfortable asking his questions. I gave a lecture once to a group of inner city youth and then teachers and parents of these kids.
Yeah.
And as they walked into the room, there was a big blackboard. They were to answer this question. The right time to talk to kids about sex is ... And on one side of the board, the teachers answered, and the other side, the kids answered. And the kids and the parents and teachers side, the responses were always 16, 13, 14, as soon as he can talk, as soon as he can walk. These very, very discreet ideas about when the right time is. On the kids' side, without exception, the response was...
huge penis and nuts drawn in?
No, there was some of that stuff to it. But on the kid side, it was all about when I ask, when I'm ready. That's it. And make sure when they ask that you make sure you understand what they're asking. So always get for clarification to say, well, what do you want? What are you asking? What do you want to know?
I can't imagine anything more terrifying that my parents never had the talk with me, and I think judging on some of the choices I've made in my life, they're probably wishing they did. But I never had that talk, and I can't think of anything scarier than my mom saying, Riki, it's time for us to talk about
it turns out if you don't hit that 8 to 12 window, it all becomes that weird, awful, anxiety-provoking
Just say,
thing.
look, this is the deal. Whenever you want to ask anything about it, anything you want to ask, go ahead and ask.
Yeah, do you have any questions about girls, about this, about that? Just keep...
Is quantity better than quality sometimes?
Yeah, just give them opportunities to talk about it.
Right. Do 5 2s equal 10?
But you always got to make sure it's on their terms. You can't freak them out. My daughter, when she was 5, asked... Did I tell you the story?
Yeah.
Do you and mommy sex? She asked that. And I asked the next, after freaking out, I asked the next smart question, which was, what do you mean? She went, kissing. Yeah, we do that. And pow, that was it. She was delighted. That's all she wanted to know.
All right. You didn't give her the gory detail?
No.
Didn't talk about renting the porn in the Vegas hotels or any of that good stuff?
No.
I see. Yeah, my parents didn't talk to me about sex either, and they just waited until I was old enough to find out on my own, which was 29. But Riki, you and me, and Drew, you would have freaked out too to have this conversation with your penny pinching dad and crazy mom at 15, 16 years old. You have to lay a little groundwork till you get to that point.
That's
you
the
can't
point
just
of
start
this.
it up at 15.
Yeah, that's the point. You've lost them permanently after 13.
Right. Mary,
Yes.
you're 26.
Yes, I am.
What's up?
Okay, my question is, I'm not exactly too sure what I should do about my brother-in-law who seems to like me.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like me.
Yeah, why would you be sort of amused by this and not really totally outraged?
Well,
big gal.
I'm not.
Big?
I don't know.
You're overweight.
I'm not amused. I'm just saying.
You're a big gal, though, right?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'9".
Oh, what are you coming in at weight-wise?
Well, more than I'd like to, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not by any means, like a big roly-poly or nothing.
No, we're not saying there aren't people fatter than you, but
well, yes.
What are you saying? That basically what the deal is that he's he's like drawn to her like an orbit, like an orbitational draw.
No, why she?
Right. There's nothing wrong with fat girls need love too. I like fat girls.
No, why she would consider this? She sees this as somehow
she's
complimentary.
enamored with the attention, and she's not had enough attention.
See, you guys are good.
No. I have a fiance of 5 years.
Ooh, well, maybe we're not so good.
Wait. May I just interrupt for a second? It doesn't matter if you're fat or you're skinny or anything. The guy's a jerk.
Right.
The guy is making a pass at you. That's so totally wrong. There's certain boundaries you don't cross, And if he's done it with you, he'll cheat with anybody, and he's doing your sister wrong. Period. You got to tell your sister.
Well, what has he done?
Really? See, that's like what I want to know. Do I say anything to him?
What has he done? What has he done to you?
Well, because we always go out and party together, whatever. I was intoxicated. He kissed me.
Okay, that's wrong. You tell your sister. Because she's going to get mad at you.
And, yeah, know that whatever you tell your sister, she's going to blame you.
Did you kiss her back?
Exactly.
Did you kiss him back?
Well, he held my head.
Did you kiss it? Did you give him some tongue?
No.
So did you push him away?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, not really, though, because you kind of liked it.
Well,
Okay.
like I said, I was intoxicated.
She kind of likes him too.
No.
Yeah, you got a fiance. You're cheating on your fiance, and you're cheating on. Yes, you are. You kissed this guy.
I didn't do anything. He initiated.
Okay, but
you didn't stop him.
What are you going out and getting loaded with this a-hole for when you know his vibe?
No. It wasn't just me and him. It was me, him, my sister, and my 2 cousins.
All right. Well, don't get around him and booze anymore. And admit that you're at least flattered to some degree by the attention that he gives you.
No, I can totally admit that. Yeah, I'm flattered, of course.
That's so wrong.
Not of course.
So wrong.
Not of course, Mary. No, an average person would be furious. Not of course.
If my sister asked me to blow her husband, Christoph, I would do it, of course, because she's my older sister, but I would be humiliated.
And he's cute.
And
you're talking to me about my potpourri and cats.
All right, Mary.
I wouldn't.
Here's what I got to say.
You're fat.
Please, Drew, please. I was talking.
Yeah.
Do not go out and hang out with him anymore.
Okay.
Certainly don't get drunk with him. You do not have to confront him. You do not have to confront your sister. Just leave it alone.
Things get ugly Thanksgiving, sitting around that table.
Stay away from that guy.
But, I think we have the popular semi-misconception on this show that people will turn on the people who deliver the message. And I don't think it's that way across the board. I think
not
you
that way
can
across
say
the board,
to somebody, hey, somebody's out of line, somebody's coming on, and they won't turn on you.
But typically, the kind of person that would hook up with an asshole like this would be the kind of person steeped in denial who would turn it on the system.
Right. And Mary is, she's eerily flattered that this guy is coming on to her, which is kind of weird. Billy?
Hey, Adam and Drew, I love this show.
Thanks.
I've been listening since, way back in the days. I was, 12. I'm, 19 now.
Well, that was when Ricky was here.
Was I on it then? Sure.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Adam.
Thanks.
We had pie.
How you doing, man?
I'm good.
Dude, I remember listening to you back when you were on the Triple R. I was one of your website groupie guys. Whatever.
I formerly hosted my own radio show as well. We all know that story.
Well, of course we do.
Yes.
But I was wondering, who do you want to win the Stanley Cup this year?
I don't care any. You know what? I was such a Kings fan.
Yeah.
And when the Kings lost, I guess Colorado, but I just could do it for Bork, but I don't care. It just, It's NASCAR season now. Forget about the...
Why?
Because the Kings aren't in it. And you know what I also don't get? In L.A., Is it absurd the amount of
Yes.
people driving with the Lakers flags?
It's bizarre.
It is so. But I'm like the full blown race fan. I mean, I'm the only one driving around California with big 3s and 8s on my car. But here, everybody's got the Laker things in there. Everybody's got their favorite drivers' numbers.
Oh, really?
But when the Kings were in the playoffs, they didn't have like Kings flags, and they're cool. They're black.
I've lived in Los Angeles a long time. I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, and I'm not a basketball
This is
fan
bizarre.
at all.
It makes me scared to, if
Okay, my choice was Colorado. But there's his answer.
What?
L.A. is chock full of the top 10% a-holes from around the country. As you know, they will gladly embrace a winner and they will shun a loser. And as anyone knows, the real way you measure a fan is if they're there during the lean years and during the good years. And
Which for the Kings, I always was.
Yeah, and the Lakers are the hottest team in sports right now, and so everyone is jumping on that bandwagon. But that's all L.A. is.
But it's nuts, right? You've seen this.
The amount for people that don't know those dumb flags that people put on their windows, and I'm sorry because I'm only, addressing everybody in SoCal right now, but everybody's got these flags on, and you drive on the freeway, and it's like, just 1 out of every 10 cars maybe have these you don't have a Lakers flag.
No, I think you're right. It's like 1 out of, right on a road.
You have a Lakers flag, do you?
No.
Now, is there any sport, like I am the full-blown NASCAR, I have a number 3 tattoo on my elbow. I am a NASCAR fanatic. Are there any sports that you guys are that fanatical about?
No.
No. I love football.
Although the 72 Lakers I was pretty into.
But here's the thing, too, and
I think basketball is just so lame.
Don't take this the wrong way, but as you get older, you should be less a fan of anything except for yourself and your own family. As the years wear on.
No, because when you get older, there's more time sitting, so then you get to sit down
You're
and watch
chasing
the
kids.
sports. Well,
What the hell-
that's the way you're supposed to be chasing kids, but then there's guys like me that spend more time
Adam,
watching.
now I'm getting back into sports again because my kids are getting into it.
All right.
I've been out of sports for
What sports?
20 years.
What sports?
Baseball and basketball and football.
All right.
I mean, big time.
Not hockey?
I have to
You
read,
missed hockey and
I've never read
NASCAR,
the
the only
sports
two
page
sports that matter.
in my life. I have to read the sports page with my sons every morning.
Can't those kids drive NASCAR yet? Are they old enough?
The go-karts were into that. So
That's good.
All right.
No, I'm kidding.
Danielle?
Yeah.
You're 20?
Yeah, I'm 20.
What's up?
What's up? Who am I talking to?
Yeah, Loveline.
Oh, hey.
Alan
what's
Greenspan.
up? How's it going?
Good. What do you want?
What's up, Danielle?
Okay, I have a question. I had hooked up with this guy, and I found out he had an abnormally freakish large penis.
What? Well, I want to hear. What is it, like a corkscrew?
A corkscrew?
What is that normally
freakishly large.
Oh, it's freakishly large?
Large.
How large is large?
Over 9.
Over 9 inches long?
He's packing over 9.
What?
He's packing over 9.
He's packing over 9.
She's getting nervous just talking about it. Listen to that.
And I want to know the average size penis.
5.5.
Yeah.
5.5.
Bend isn't half.
Wait.
And
Yeah.
there's
5.5?
half.
That's pretty small. 5.5. Are you sure?
Yeah.
I thought it was like 3.5.
How do you know his is over 9?
Okay, I've seen porno movies in it before, and his is bigger than anyone I've seen in a porno.
All right.
It's huge.
But that's all effects, It's like, Planet of the Apes stuff, Shrek. That stuff ain't real.
The camera adds 10 pounds.
Oh,
10
God.
And
tell all those girls, just big isn't that great, is it?
See, that's the thing. I asked him, like...
No, tell all those girls, big isn't that great, please.
Relax,
Big
Ricky.
isn't fun.
What?
Big isn't fun.
Isn't fun.
No.
See?
What's the
It's a
problem?
burden.
What's happening?
Ouch!
Well, see, like, I'm kind of attracted to it in a way, but in a way, I'm wondering, will it ever be put back together again? Will it ever remain the same?
Yes, you'll be the same. But
Yes.
does it hurt you when it's happening?
Okay, I haven't done it yet, but I asked him, when you have sex with females, does it hurt them? And he says, it takes me 3 times. He can't just have sex with them once because it won't go in all the way.
I see. All right. But he's not met anyone as slutty as you in a while, right? So, I mean, this may work out.
Not.
Oh, I see.
You know what's something funny about guys? If a woman tells a guy, hey, is it a good size? And the woman says, you know what? It's absolutely perfect. That's not the right answer.
No.
It's not. A guy wants to hear, you know what? It's too big. I mean, how messed up is that? They want a woman to say, it's just too big. It hurts. Not,
Yeah.
you know what? It is so perfect. You have the perfect shape. They don't want that. You want to say, you know what? It's just too big. Why is that?
Right. Well, because it sounds like they're lying to spare your feelings.
No,
They do. Because I've had the perfect call a few times too, and it's not flattering.
Yeah.
It really isn't, and it just shows how insecure guys are.
Yeah, that's what it shows. However you interpret it, that's the issue.
Right. Now, she's with a guy with a huge penis. Will she be the same after having sex with him?
Yes.
Yes. I'll tell you where the long-lasting damage is going to come from. No.
Dad will never be the same.
It is the pillow talk she has with her next boyfriend, fiance, guy she's going to marry, where they do that penny for your thoughts thing, and she says, this guy had a dork the size of a table.
All the guys that hit Pamela Lee afterwards, all the guys that went out with Pamela Lee afterwards that had to follow Tommy,
right?
You know, all those long lists. They always said, you know what, no matter what, I got to follow up after
the
horse.
That's why I went third input on Pamela.
She's been with a lot of guys since Tommy?
What?
She's been with a lot of guys since Tommy?
I don't know.
The point is
only what I read on the internet.
Nobody wants to follow that. And the damage she will do will not be to her vagina, but it will be to the fragile psyche of her next boyfriend after this fling is over. So don't bring it up.
And her dad's eternal soul.
That's right. And grandfather.
Yeah.
you know, you always forget the grandpa.
I'm sorry, beg your pardon.
Chris?
You're so right.
You're 16.
Yeah.
What's up?
All right. See, I don't know how long this has been going on, just kind of, you know, probably since I was 9. But the whole concept and possibility of communal showers is always like, you know, instilled in me an intense sense of fear.
Of what?
Fear?
Of what?
Oh.
Adequacy.
I don't know.
You don't like being naked around your peers? You're afraid of bacteria? What is the issue?
I can't place it on anything specific, really.
All right. Well, you have an experience?
And when I was in junior high school, I was really, really scared to take a shower.
Yeah.
And I mean, I would make every excuse and wait to be the last one to change, so I didn't have to take a shower in the shower with all the guys.
Well, he had all those tats. He didn't want the guys making fun of him.
I can't place anything on anything specific, but I'm pretty sure, you know, it's not like I'm not really embarrassed about my physique, so to say. But
all right. Well, listen, don't do it.
Well, I mean, like,
how can you avoid
why is it there?
Listen, I played 3 years of high school baseball and 3 years of high school football. Never got in a shower with a whole bunch of guys.
Why?
Well, I just went home after practice or whatever the hell it was.
The communal shower happened in later life is when you started doing that?
Well, that was more of a bath, but
Bathhouse. Yeah, it was the bathhouse.
Well, listen, it was a house with a bath in it. It was not a bathhouse, per se, with multi-baths in it.
And shower.
I think that type of thing is something that's a normal fear.
Yeah.
I agree, and it is something that could easily be avoided if you like.
It's
now,
like
on the other hand, if you were like, I can't wait for communal showers, that would be
worse.
something. So look at it that way. Say, you know what? I feel nervous. It'd be a lot better like, you know what? I'm going to take PE twice just so I can take a shower with all the fellas.
That is. You know what, Ricky? You bring up a great point. I go out to eat sometimes at this place called Hugo's. I sit down every time. I always order the woman's juice. And
they sell that now? Wow.
This is going to come full circle.
Women's juice?
Women's juice. And everyone I sit with always makes fun of me for ordering the woman's juice. But I say to them, would you be happier if I ordered the man juice?
Yeah.
And then they all shut up. So I agree with Ricky on that.
Women's juice.
Better to be scared to shower communally than looking forward to it.
Am I missing something? They sell women's juice.
It's a drink they call woman's juice.
Because every woman's juice is different.
This tastes good.
Some women...
No, not like this. This is honey. Jennifer?
Hello?
Sleeping? Jennifer asleep?
What?
There you are.
What's
Wake
up?
Sorry.
What's up?
I have a question about my boyfriend. He keeps asking me, we've had sex like 3 times now, and he keeps asking me to give him oral sex, and I keep telling him no. And I don't want to break up with him because we've been together for like 2 years now.
Mm-hmm. Does he give it to you?
Yeah.
Well, so you just don't want to do this?
No.
Okay.
What happened to you?
Nothing happened to me. It's just like, it's gross.
Does he shower?
It stinks, is that what you said?
It's like gross. It's not.
Does
it doesn't stink.
Does he shower and does he does he shower? Does he keep his thing clean?
Yes.
Does he shave?
Yes.
Down there?
I don't know.
She's just not, it's like she's 18. She's not.
I think
Well, hold
so.
on. First up, Jennifer's 18. Sounds like she's 13.
12, yeah.
I don't
I'm
know.
not 12.
Now, what's up with you?
No, it's just that, okay, he's my first boyfriend that I've ever had sex with, okay?
All right.
And we've been going out for a year and 6 months now.
All right.
And we've been going at it for, 6 months now?
6.5 actually, because you guys started November.
In October, yeah.
No, early.
November would be 6 months. October would be
Oh yeah,
6.5,
late October.
Yeah.
That's right.
Whatever.
All right.
But it was after midnight.
Anyway.
30.
Thank you.
Anderson.
Oh my God, that sort of just erupted.
Yeah, she
Whoa.
said
I liked it.
She loves the way he asks me, but
could I get that on a loop, please?
That would be good.
I have a long drive.
Yeah, there's
home.
something up with Jennifer.
Jennifer is either she's either suffered some trauma to the head, or was in some
had some sort of trauma during
state of like emotional retardation or something.
Yeah.
All right, Jennifer.
Yeah?
Listen, no more cussing, you little screwball.
I'm sorry.
Now I'm going to get to the bottom of you.
Okay.
Where's your daddy?
He's downstairs. Why?
Downstairs meaning hell?
No.
Where's your mom? Where's your mom?
She's in bed with my dad, I guess. I don't know. They're sleeping.
All right. Is anyone drink in your family?
My dad used to.
Okay, what does this mean? Let me interrupt for 1 second. What does it mean? Adam's doodling, but you know what he doodled?
Numbers.
666.
Well, because I said in hell.
Oh.
And I was thinking
I thought it had something to do with me being
So
666.
he's a recovering person now?
My dad, he
Yeah.
was never an alcoholic. Well, I mean, he drank heavily, but it wasn't to the point where he was like, he had to drink every night or whatever.
That does not an alcoholic.
All right. And did he ever beat on you?
She doesn't want to
at all?
go down on her boyfriend, and all of a sudden
it's
everything has to do with alcohol because she doesn't want to give him a Hummer.
She's screwy, this Jennifer.
How am I screwy?
Any trauma involving a penis?
Were you raped or anything?
No, I was choked when I was in kindergarten by a 5th grader, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Sexually choked?
No, I wasn't sexually choked.
Something put down your throat choked?
No.
All right. Well, listen. Then give your boyfriend a BJ, would you? If everything's good with you?
If you don't want to, don't do it. If he stinks, tell him to wash that stuff up and then maybe try it. And if he wants to break up with you because you won't do it, then you know that he's only into one thing.
And listen, everybody. Even if you're insane, it's okay to act sane.
Right.
Meaning you could go, listen, I'm 18. I'm having a sexual relationship with a long-time committed boyfriend. He's going down on me, and I'm freaked out about going down on him. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I got choked in the 5th grade. Maybe because Dad boozed too much. Whatever it is. But stop for a minute and go, you know what? I kind of have to do that.
Yeah.
I know I got my own weird ass about it. I mean, everyone should do this in every facet of life.
But she has to go down on him?
No, you missed the point.
Because all of a sudden I'm watching this and I'm like, look, I think that's the wrong advice. I think it's good advice, but it's the wrong advice. And Drew's agreeing like, yeah, you have to go
I'm
down
glad
there.
Ricky's here to think
play
like
the
our listeners.
No,
you got to be clearer.
No, I was saying that.
Yeah, but you were saying it as a symbol of some larger
Like you
behavior
gotta go down there.
that people need to engage in. It's not all about Hummers.
I am saying every once in a while, every time I go to a wedding or funeral, I have the urge to stand up and yell something about effing Hitler. You know, I really do. That impulse shoots through me like a bolt of lightning at every funeral and every wedding, and probably a bar mitzvah or two. Only part-time on bar mitzvahs. But you know what? I don't do it. And the reason I don't do it is because I go, what would a sane person do right now? And that person would sit there and, clasp his hands in front of them and nod his head. And I think we all have impulses to do either strange things or there's things we know we should be doing that we don't want to do, but that sane people do. And I'm saying, everybody, stand back from your own life a little, hover over yourself, take a look down, and act like a sane person. All right. Riki Rachtman is our guest tonight. We'll take our little break, and we'll be back. Hey, it's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew over there. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Rob Schneider's going to be in here on Thursday. Next week, Brooke Burke You know her from Wild On, the E! Channel show? I'm telling you.
Was she here once before?
No. The most beautiful woman on television. Drew, you don't hear me talking too much about too many women on this show.
No.
This woman is stunning. Can't wait to see her next week. And, of course, tonight, Riki Rachtman is with us.
We had pie.
The Cat House is going to be reopening.
Yeah, here, I'll do my 10-second
Go ahead.
complete whore. I'm reopening up my rock club called the Cat House. You can check it out at clubcathouse.com and also send me email there. And I'm also hosting the show Thunderbox, which is on TV. Check your local listings and buy my skateboards at poolschool.net. God, I'm a whore!
Logan?
Yeah.
And I'll be appearing at your local Waffle House.
You're 15.
Liar, whore, and you know it.
I resemble that remark.
Logan.
Yeah.
What's up?
First off, Dr. Drew, I just want to say I really love what you're doing with helping teens. I think you're awesome.
Thanks, Logan.
And Adam, despite all the jokes and the light insults, you really do have great instincts, and your advice really does help people.
Oh, thanks, Logan.
And, there's this girl that I've known since first grade. We've been best friends since first grade. We've always talked, we've always kept in touch throughout the years, and now I'm starting to have feelings for her.
Right.
And I'm not sure if I should ask her out
Yes.
and risk...
No, I would. This is the one exception to the rule.
Because he hasn't been hot on her for the last 6 years.
Yeah, this is the one exception. And probably she has very intimate feelings about him.
Yeah.
She may not have thought of him that way, but may be open to it.
Well, wait a minute. Let's just make sure Logan wasn't hot on her since the 3rd grade. Logan?
Yeah?
Be honest. When did you find yourself becoming attracted to her?
After a dream.
Probably since, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago.
6 months?
Around that time.
You've known her all those years and you didn't have a crush on her when you were 13?
No, she was always kind of like my sister. That's how we've always been.
Right.
And
No, now he wants to bang the bejesus out of his sister.
15.
That's what I love about turning 15. Okay, and you think she may like you?
Yeah.
You do? Why do you think
Let's call her. Can we call her?
Huh?
Can we call her? Can we do that here? Can we call her right now?
No, she's already sleeping.
Well, we need to wake her up. This is something important.
She needs
We
to
could
know.
either create a great love relationship or destroy a long-lasting friendship.
Yeah, or have her dad kill both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you? So, why do you think she's into you?
Well, I just think that...
Because you're into her?
Well, not because of that, but just...
That used to be my criteria in high school, by the way.
But just because we've been talking for so long about our own relationships, about how
right.
we view certain things.
All right, Logan. Go ask her out.
Yeah, this is one exception to our rule.
All right, but don't do it in any uncertain terms.
Yeah.
Okay.
You must
lunch.
ask her out.
You've got
Afternoon things are good.
She has to get the message that you're crossing over. That's where you want to go, is out of Friendville into relationdom.
Right.
Relationdom?
Into Hump City. And I disagree with lunch because these guys have been friends for so many years. This is too friendly.
So you want to have dinner and breakfast.
You need a date, yeah. You need a nighttime, bring her a couple of flowers on
and a
roofie, ether rag, duct tape, a real date.
And she may or may not be open to this. We'll see.
Okay. Well, no, we won't. He will.
Yeah.
Kim?
Hey, get Logan's number, call him back. Ann.
Hello?
Tara. Oh, my God.
Tara.
Okay. Yeah, Tara. That's what called
Tora.
Tora.
Wait, what was the house in Gone with the Wind?
That was Tara.
Tara.
Yeah.
And she's Tara?
I think she's Tara.
So you're saying she's a house?
We're trying to figure out our phone screen.
Like the Gone with the Wind.
Yeah. Kim?
What?
You're 18.
Yeah, I'm 18.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Drew doesn't know he's on the radio sometimes. You have to forgive him.
I've been on too long.
Okay.
Hold on a second. I would like to do a 4-hour taped docudrama on all of Drew's sort of... it would be entitled... He's been on the radio for 18 years and doesn't know it. All those when people set the coffee down, thanks. Thank you. Thank you. All the holding it up. Warm up. No,
talking through the window.
Yeah,
here.
Talking into the window to Ann, whose back is turned to him while she's playing Pac-Man on the computer, saying and speaking in code about stuff that the listeners could never know of. That's what I love. All right,
good times.
Huge montage.
Let's get back to Kim.
Oh, okay.
What's up?
Okay, I've been, like, my ex-boyfriend and I, we've been friends ever since we broke up.
How do people do that?
Oh, well, I met him at a boys' home.
What does that mean?
He was,
Bad.
it's like I don't know.
It's like a jail.
Like when they're locked up, so to say.
Here's how they remain friends. Somebody's getting something out of the relationship.
Sex.
Yeah.
No, oh yeah, okay. Anyway, we'll go with that.
There you go. There you
We'll
go.
go with that. But, anyways, we've been, like, recently started seeing each other again, I guess, so to say, and he's still with his with his girlfriend.
Listen, Kim, didn't you hear what I just said? He's getting sex out of this. That's it. That's all.
Hold on. There's more to it. But his girlfriend is the girl that he cheated on me with.
Yeah, it's his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's cheating on her with you.
Now he's having sex with you, and that's it. Just
That's
sex.
great.
Just sex.
Wait, hold on. He has crabs. Wait, hold on.
I'm pregnant.
He worships Satan. Wait, hold on. He doesn't have a car. Yeah, it's all bad, Kim.
Oh, I know.
He's a bad guy. You should not be dating him.
Friend.
No.
And the
best
bad ones
friends-
are the ones that the sex is so good.
Yeah.
Best friends don't.
See, the thing is, we just barely had sex for, like, the first time. We actually barely fooled around for, like, the first time, like, 2 weeks ago. And I found out, like, 3 days ago he lied to me about having sex with his girlfriend.
Duh.
I know.
But Kim,
He's cheating on you to be with
what else do you
her,
need?
and then he's cheating on her to be with you.
What's it going to take, Kim? What is it going to take?
I don't know. See, I'm stupid.
Yes.
Right.
You're not supposed to agree with me.
Yeah, when are you supposed to talk her out of it? I didn't have anything nice to say, so I didn't say it at all. But Kim,
I know I should lose.
listen, baby, what is up with your self-esteem?
I don't have
What
any.
I know. What happened?
I don't know. I was doing great, and then he, like, decided to...
No, not him.
life.
Not him.
Just me in general.
No, yeah, you in general. Long before he came
I
around.
don't know.
Well, whatever it is, you better work it out.
Okay.
Abandonment.
Okay.
Can I
Who abandoned you? Who abandoned you?
I don't know. My parents are both together.
Really?
Yeah.
And everyone was good to you? Did they make you feel wanted?
I don't know. I had a screwed up life.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, haven't we all?
I know.
but-
Must we always use that as
Yeah,
an
we can
excuse?
feel it from Kim.
But
I
Kim,
was never hit, though, or anything.
okay,
No,
but
we didn't
listen.
say hit.
Well, that's the
Let me-
problem.
The remedy to a screwed up life is not hooking up with someone who's even more screwed up than you are.
It feels good.
Really, everybody who is sort of insane should look for super sane people to pull them back toward sanity, not more effed up people to drag them down into the abyss.
Yep, the more screwed up the two individuals are, the better the sex. Sorry.
Right.
Big long silence. I was hoping somebody give me an amen.
No, it's
Just,
good. It's good for 2 weeks, and then it gets really chaotic, and then the sex gets good again, and then someone gets pregnant while you two are breaking up, and then the kid grows up in the middle of a rock tumbler for
a family.
and it's a mess. I mean, you really, I'm telling you, everybody, if you find sane people to hang around with, you'll actually become saner yourself, or vice versa. You start dating felons, you'll go down that path too. All right. Someone wants to wish me a happy birthday. Michael?
Hello?
Sleeping.
You're 14?
Yeah.
You're a guy?
Yeah.
When you're asleep.
No, not really.
Not really, huh?
Okay, what's up?
I just want to say happy birthday, Adam.
Well, thanks.
Me and my friend James really appreciate your show and the Man Show.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
I bet at 14 he learns more from the Man Show than Loveline.
Yeah, probably.
How do you figure?
Well, it's more spankable.
Best show on television, The Man Show.
Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, I listen to the
Oh, yeah.
Loveline all the
Oh, now you're impressed, Ricky. No, he's impressed.
Come on, play the
I like
rest.
that. Jesse Ventura was
Play
around.
the rest.
I love.
Hold on.
You know what?
Hold on.
How I could have been raised in Hollywood, I don't know, because I am so incredible white trash. I love wrestling.
Incredible.
I love incredible white trash. I am. I love that. See, I like that dang banjo music too. Love Waffle House. Love wrestling. Love NASCAR.
How is Waffle
and I live in
House?
Huntington Beach.
No. Well, how is Waffle House? We've been talking.
Oh
about
my
it.
God, I
good?
love. Well, remember when I came here talking about Krispy Kreme before the whole Krispy
yes.
Kreme thing
Oh,
started?
yes.
Waffle House. They don't have Waffle Houses in Southern California.
They
when
don't
I
have
was
them, like,
working
east of the west of the Mississippi.
They don't. Right. When I was working for WCW, Waffle House in California, they do this thing where they rate the coffee shops like A, B, and if you're really bad, C. C, or D. Waffle House
the health department.
Thank God they don't rate them because you wouldn't eat there. Yet, there's always like a woman without a tooth working there that'll tell you a story. They have a jukebox that plays Waffle House songs. Denny's is trying to kind of rip them off now with the way they prepare their hash browns because you can get them smothered and scathered and covered. And it's just these little things like in Atlanta. They're on at every single truck, at every single off-ramp.
Yet the
I love
the
Waffle House.
14-letter sign is 18 stories in the air.
I love Waffle House.
Right?
Waffle House, Krispy Kreme, and occasionally Steak and Shake. And I'm set. That's it for me.
And if you go to www.wafflehouse.Riki
Been there.
Rachtman.
No, there is wafflehouse.com. I've been there. You can download parts of their songs. That's pretty. I'm bad. How I could have been raised in Hollywood. I don't know.
Well,
I didn't
first off, Van Nuys, right?
No. I only lived in Van Nuys for a little bit, but then I lived in Hollywood.
Poisoned.
Yeah.
It takes about 3 weeks in Van Nuys. You're done.
Okay, I lived there for a couple of years.
People don't realize that the San Fernando Valley, there are a lot of hillbillies.
It's Mexican in Van Nuys.
It is Mexico. It was Arkansas for a while.
No, when I was, it was always like BVN, Barrio Van Nuys, when I was a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was not a lot of white trash there?
No.
I grew up as
I grew up as like probably normal kid from L.A. and in my later life decided that I felt better becoming white trash. So I did everything I can from driving a truck to watching NASCAR to preferring to eat at Waffle Houses. I don't know how it happened, but
all right. Hey, Anderson. Give Ricky a shot of that Governor.
Best show
Ventura.
on television, the Man Show. Oh, the best.
If you can take it as a
what
joke,
is it?
what is it?
What was the Man Show? It's a show. It's a show
It's a
that
show for
Eddie,
guys.
Yeah, it's a show that I'm so surprised that the women's groups are not protesting it.
And is it on cable?
It's on the Comedy Channel.
The Comedy Channel.
Comedy Channel.
I'm writing this down.
9:30 on Wednesdays.
God, that is awesome.
I know.
Have you ever met him?
Still can't get him on the show.
Really?
His people will not let him do the show
for the
because they're
reason he just
scared he
pointed
may
out.
say something
You know what?
stupid.
I think it's a lot of people's people. Because I remember I tried to, I don't know what to say, but I tried to help Ann get Dale Earnhardt Jr. on this show, which would be great because Dale Earnhardt Jr. is an awesome guy. For anybody that's like new to racing, he's like us, so root for him.
Yeah.
But I was trying, it would be great to get him on the show, and his people were saying, well, what is he going to talk about people sticking their butts for and stuff like that.
Right.
People's people. I think a lot of the people would do the show. They're people.
Let me tell you all who are listening to this show something. What you don't know is what goes on behind the scenes is there's a lot of people called publicists who I despise, and there's a lot of other people just fall under the heading of people.
Yeah, people's
and
people.
These people...
You have a lot of people, though.
They get in between you and a good time, and you and the truth, and you and entertainment.
But now that you guys are such big, huge industry giants, or HIGs, as we call them, you guys have a lot of people. Dr. Drew has a lot of people. Adam, you have a lot of people. You have your own people.
I may have my peeps, but I
do you
won't
have a
do
personal
anything.
assistant?
No, well, I
You
do.
too. You haven't. Just Drew.
He
Drew
has like a team of people.
Damn.
Well, that's only.
I
the
don't even
Man
have a
Show.
gardener.
These people are Man Show related, and 6
That's
months
cool.
out of
You
the year they're gone.
you got your own people.
All right, but the point is Jesse Ventura will not be on the Man Show, even though it's his favorite show on television, because
If we wanted to be on a show, we'd be on the show.
Right.
Yes.
All right. Should we take a little break?
Everyone told me not to do that Man Show skit I did for you.
God bless you. We'll be back.
Hey, this is Fatboy Slim. You're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Wow, you are.
He's a funk soul brother,
That is Riki Rachtman.
Check it out.
Check it out now. Oh, you're hip with all the music these days, aren't you, Drew? What bands do you like now?
I like the Insane Clown Posse.
Do you like? Are you into
joke.
ICP?
Play the joke here. I want Ricky to hear that. Here you go.
He's down with them.
Ready?
The only weight I lift is my own, my big fat ass every day when I wake up. That was pretty good. My fat ass. Oh my God! Hey, play that again.
When I was with WCW, ICP were wrestling on that, and they're good wrestlers.
Oh,
they
really?
were really actually good. They did a good job.
Whoa!
Yeah. Well, they got to be good at something.
There's all these like clown bands now. All these bands.
Yeah.
And there's this one video. Have you seen that band Mudvayne? They look all silly and
I've
stuff.
heard of them.
So I'm watching, the MTV, because there's rare times these days when MTV will play a music video, and I am embarrassed to say that I dig that band so much, and they're. I mean,
Mudvayne was in here.
They were here. Yeah.
Now, were they cool? Because I like that song. I don't know what they're saying.
I don't remember having a negative vibe to them.
Did they have all their crazy makeup on?
No.
Oh.
No, but they had the remnants of their crazy makeup on, didn't they?
The only way I'm starting to feel.
The
that's Slipknot.
Slipknot wears the mask. Yeah.
See, and I saw them, and I'm like, all old guy, like, oh God, Slipknot, they look dumb. And then I hear the song, and I dig them. There's for once, and as far as music goes, I think right now there's better new rock bands than there have been in like 15 years. There's a lot of
15 years.
Oh yeah, well no, 15 years since 1995. Okay, 10 years.
6
years. 6 whatever. There haven't been any good rock bands for a long time, and I think right now there's so many good bands.
Who are the guys we like? The young guys.
I don't know.
Not at the
I've
drive.
had it with
At the
you.
drive-in.
They're all right.
Didn't Mudvayne?
I like Mudvayne.
And who were we just talking about before that?
Mudvayne.
Mudvayne. Didn't the guy come in here from that? They had their show at the Palladium.
Right off the stage.
And he
they had
walked
stuff
right
all
in, and he
over
still had red makeup. So
Were they
would you
nice?
shut up, Drew,
I don't
for
remember
Christ's sake? I know.
It's like my problem is like it's like there's certain bands that now, you know, I've always known a lot of people in bands, and now there's all these new bands that I'm just getting into that I'm a really big fan of, and I don't want to meet them because if they're dorks, I hate their music. Just like
Actually, weren't those guys that they were sort of like their attitude was they were expecting to not like this show, and they came around real fast and got into it in real.
Oh, I can't remember anything. Fog Hat. That's all I know.
Was Lonesome Dave here?
In UFO.
That was funny for 3 people listening.
Christy?
Their parents.
Yes.
You're 26. What's up?
Yeah, I was just wondering about any precautions that I may need to take or whatnot. I'm interested in this guy who has his penis pierced.
What kind of piercing?
It's from top to bottom, all the way through.
I mean, like a.
I can't pronounce
a
it.
Prince Albert, Ampelang.
I believe. Well, it's like the Prince Albert plus the one on top together.
Nice, good times.
Yeah.
You have to get the reinforced condoms, which most of the piercing shops will give you.
Truck inner tube, the one they go down the river with.
Well, you could raft in it, but it's generally good.
It's made by Voight.
Yeah. But you want to make sure the condoms are reinforced at the tip.
But Chris,
I wear a clip-on.
Here's what you really have to worry about. You're interested in a guy who thought it'd be a good idea to put a spear through one side of his penis and out the other. That's really...
They have the piece sitting down every time, don't they?
Viper.
In the big picture, that's going to haunt you more than the actual chafing.
Okay.
You understand?
Gotcha.
But girl piercing's okay.
I don't mind that.
Relative to what?
Guy piercings.
Guy and an aggressive guy piercing.
He's mad at his...
Hey, if a guy wants to wear a hoop and a sack, hey, that's his business.
But if a girl wants to do it, it's okay.
Why is it okay for a girl then, Ricky?
Because they look all right.
Ricky likes goofy women.
It's not, I don't like I think it's...
You've just said that. You like the craziness that goes with the good sex.
But when you stick the guy's thing, I don't know. I don't
It's
get
more of a commitment.
I had my ear, I had my nose and this stuff, but I could never do my... also because I just think it would hurt too much. I just don't get it.
You and I saw a penis pierced, remember?
Yeah.
No, I looked away. I don't like that. I can watch a lot, but watching that jabbed in...
Yeah,
no.
Good times.
Mahalo.
Bob? Bob, you're 21. What's up?
Got a question. My fiance went through her premarital exam, and the doctor has given her hymenal lining dilators, and I was wondering if this was normal.
It must have been kind of narrow in there. I mean, that's not the usual thing.
That means she's tight?
Yeah, and maybe she's concerned about it and doesn't want to go through the discomfort when you guys are actually together. It suggests she's a virgin, which is that the case?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's a virgin?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, why do you have to get a premarital exam? Do they normally get that?
It's the same thing when you get a car. You want to take it to a mechanic first and just make sure everything's working before you take it for the big...
Have a guy knows his way around under the hood, kick the tires a few times.
Maybe she's going to get on the pill or something.
Make sure you're not getting a lemon. Hey, Bob?
Yeah, it was more to get her on the pill.
That's what I
see. All right. How old is she?
19.
I see. And, yeah?
I've got one more question. She's debating on whether she should take herbal breast enlargement pills or not.
It doesn't work. Doesn't work.
Okay, I wasn't really concerned if it would work or not. I was more concerned about the health risks.
Well, I don't know what's in it, I have to say, but it's a total BS. So
that's what I assumed.
Yeah.
There is no pill or any of that stuff.
Is that right?
No, there's no herb. Okay, that's Drew doing more great radio, by the way.
Talking.
Is that right? Well, Ricky's in the middle of making a statement. Drew's going to say, is that right? And then I'm sitting in the studio and I'm confused. I'm like, wait, he's really agreeing with this Rachtman. Guy didn't even finish a sentence. He's agreeing with him.
He's that damn good.
Drew, what were you saying?
Why don't you guys say it on the air if you want me to respond?
What about boob pills?
Yeah.
They don't work. Yeah. I said it.
They sponsor us, so stop.
Okay, but Anderson, don't.
Well, those ones work.
Don't
talk to him about anything.
He likes it when I talk to him.
Yeah, because he can have his own conversation with you at the expense of everyone who listens to the show. Is that right? He yells into the microphone. Okay. Drew, you want to sock the mic? I'm going to do another 4-hour mini-series on you just punching the microphone while we're on the air.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a break. We'll regroup. We'll be back. All right. Well, there it is. Time flies when you're reminiscing. Ricky, why don't you give the Cat House?
Thank you so much.
out.
Yes, let me do that. My world-famous rock and roll club is very small, but it is opening up again, and you can find out everything about it on clubcathouse.com. And my skateboard company is poolschool.net, and you can see me on Thunderbox, which is sometimes on Sunday afternoons and Saturday nights. Or
It's
I don't know what
repeated
else.
and moved around. I see
yes,
it all
it is,
the time.
but it's good. It's good heavyweight boxing. And
absolutely.
And thank you guys for letting me in. Thank you, Ann, the producer, for letting me be back on the show, because this is always fun.
And thanks for coming on the show.
And happy birthday, Adam.
Thank you, Ricky. Rob Schneider will be up on Thursday, and until then, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
I'm homosexual. I'm freaked out about it. I'm trying to be heterosexual, but I had these overwhelming homosexual feelings.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for Loveline is Ann Wilkins Ingold. Loveline is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.